Hey, it's Anita and Dolly, and we're going to go live in 10 seconds. See you soon.
And we are live. Thank you so very much for joining us tonight again at the DnA Authority. I am Dolly Cortes.
And I'm Anita Myers, and this is the DnA Authority, the place where power and passion come together to play. And, I don't say this enough, and I just want to say that, our show is designed to get your mind to use all the powers within you while embracing all of the powerful resources around you. It is Wonder Woman Wednesday, and we are going to talk about the power of happiness.
I'll be right back. Hola, Anita Myers Powers. How are you this evening?
I'm doing good, and I'm just kind of laughing at the topic today is about happiness, and I'm just kind of laughing because I feel like one side of my hair is not happy, and the other side of my hair is happy, and that's what happens in life. Like we just kind of walk through things in life where part of us is happy, and the other part's just not so happy, and we have to make do with it, and that's what I have to say today. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm a little bit like I want to pull my hair.
Oh no, that's not good. We don't want you to pull your hair down.
No, it's all good. It's all good. You know what? Just a lot of juggling, a lot of kind of balance things.
That's talent. That's talent, Dolly. That's absolute talent. If you're because I am not a juggler.
What can I say? You gotta do what you gotta do to make things happen, right?
Well, you look snugly and comfortable in that wonderful, I was telling you this earlier, I just love it. So even if you are in that state of mind, it's nice that you at least gave yourself some comfort there. I want to have I got to find a sweater that makes me feel.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you this. You know, my house is a little old. And so the heat has not been that fantabulous, as I like to say, but nobody's complaining. It's all good. So I've been cold in my office, so I got this little heater to help me out a little bit, and it works out great. But it works too great because then I get really hot. So now I have to shut off the heater.
It's like the not so happy hair and the happy hair.
Yeah, I just have to keep it going.
Focus on the happy side.
So yeah, it's like one side of the house is nice and warm, the other side of the house is not so warm. So I've just been playing with that.
I get it. I get you. So some stuff has happened over the week, since last week to this week. Tell me about your world. You got yourself introduced to, if I can remember correctly, isn't it called Clubhouse?
It's called Clubhouse, and it is crazy insane. It's just like an audio Instagram. Think about it. That's what I'm going to compare it to.
I can't think about it. I can't keep up. I'm just on Facebook. I feel so old fashioned that I just don't want to keep moving to other things. And
I'll tell you this, I love Facebook because Facebook has been good to me. Personally, it's been good to me. And I love to be able to, see the pictures and the friends and the family and listen to some of the videos. This one is very specific, but I'll tell you this happened just yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. I can't keep up because I'm always on it. But there was a class, a room. I hear like an echo.
No, I was whispering.
Oh, okay. So
I was trying to say hi to the ladies that are saying hi to us. Man, this microphone is good because you thought it was an
I guess so. No, so check it out. So there's this monk that is on a room. He created a room as a monk. He's the monk, and he's
like,
hosting this room.
oh, that
Yeah, meditating and love.
oh my gosh, I want that.
Yeah, and it was so cool. So I happened to, go into the room because it says, love, peace, and letting your voice be heard, something like that. And since he decided to speak my language, I decided to go and visit. What happened?
And you went into a monk's room?
Did. So it was quite interesting, quite enchanting. But what really got me, it made me sad. At the end, it made me sad because it was this, because everybody was talking, and the energy was like, you guys really loved it, but the energy was like awesome. And then this lady, a Muslim lady, she gets in, and she becomes a speaker, and then she's like, I just want to cry, and she starts bawling. Okay, she's like, she broke my heart because she said, I feel hated by those that I love. And it just broke my heart. And then there was another gentleman who followed right after her. And I'm not one to really, it's kind of weird to me when I hear a man cry.
It's kind of weird to you when you hear a man cry?
Yes.
Is that what you said? I need to write that one down. Hold on. Okay, no, I'm kidding. So go ahead. What happened?
It kind of is. Not that I haven't heard it, but it's true. Anywho, so it's kind of weird to me when I hear a man cry. So this gentleman, he just broke down, and he is bawling, and my heart just melted for him. And I'm listening to this thing, and I'm listening to this man, and I wanted to cry. I mean, he almost brought me to tears because he was talking about how much compassion he felt for the lady that spoke before him, and how it just really brought him to that emotion. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, now I'm depressed.
Well, I think there's something there's something very beautiful in that moment. I'm sure you saw it, but just to kind of throw my thought in this, in just imagining what you went through, it just sounds like, here's someone who's just bearing her soul of what really hurts her. And I think that there is something, we all see ourselves as different and unique. And unfortunately, we're living in a time where we're being spotlighted in a very negative way, no matter what our decisions are,
right,
what we are. And it really hits a place where we still think we're divisive and different, but there's something that keeps reminding us that we're all like brothers and sisters of the same planet Earth. We're here together as a family. So when someone cries over something that's so based on humanity, just the basic organic place of humanity, someone's soul is crying. I know this. If it got you depressed, if it made a gentleman cry, which is weird to you, because I know why you're saying that. It's not something that we usually see people, men breaking down. But if he did that and it got you depressed, I'd probably still be crying right now because that stuff is hard for me.
I tell you, Anita, it was just like the craziest thing. Me, I'm like super bubbly. I'm like a walking glass of champagne. I mean, it's like that's who I am. But
walking glass of champagne. I should write these down. I'm going to go back and write these things. You're hilarious.
I'm super bubbly. But what I heard, it just broke my heart, and from both of them, and it's just like now I
want to get into this thing. I wasn't interested before, but that sounds like
it was a great room. It was a great room to be in.
It's amazing how we grow up when we were younger and what we found, going back to the topic of what we were talking about today, happiness. It's amazing that once upon a time, what did we think made us happy? All the choices in the Cosmopolitan magazine, like, oh, that's going to make me happy, and and he's going to make me happy, and that. Some things don't change. Some
external forces supposedly.
Yeah, and now here we are at the age that we are, and it's almost like I noticed myself. What color would look great on the walls? ooh, that'll make me, like those are the things that we're selecting, the curtains, the flooring, the couch, the system, some of the things that we would never care about in our younger years, because of how we live our lives. It's pretty interesting.
Very true, very true. But what's going on with you?
What's going on with me? Jesus, I have so many things going on in my life. But I say, the one thing I'd like to talk quickly about, because I know we've got some things to share today about happiness. This is what makes me happy. And I wish I had, I do wish I spent more time earlier to promote it, but I promoted it in February, and it's through my newsletter, Powerline. And anyone who's interested in getting involved, this is all about emotional intelligence. And I like to share different feelings on different months for different reasons. And so for the month of February, I created a challenge that's called My Love Life. Now, people think my love life is all about my romantic love life. No, this is about all the different areas in your life where love exists. So even though I know we're looking at Valentine's Day and people are going to think about the love in their life, and some people are going to think I don't have a love in my life, I really just wanted you can love the love of your life however you like. That's great. You have family, you have a spouse, wonderful, do that. But I wanted you to think of even more things that you love in your life. So I created this challenge that every day in February, and even if you're starting now, it's okay. Just every day, look for something that exists in your life that means love. Whether it's an expression you saw your child give you, you saw something outside when you're at the store, you see a post on some social media platform that just gets you in your heart, that makes you kind of go, oh my gosh, that's love. Yeah. See it, capture it, post it on your timeline, tag me to it, and hashtag it My Love Life. So that's just been, I was very happy to be able to do something like that, just because I wanted to inspire love in ways that people don't always think about, the hidden moments.
Well, I saw one post that you put on that, and that was the snow, how it had fallen through the branches of the tree, and you just had a little pile of snow in front of it, but the snow was literally a heart. And I just
imagine, this is for my friend, and what I'll do is I that is one of my selections, that at the end, the last Wednesday of February on this show, we will showcase some of these pictures that we saw that really kind of touched my heart, that made the top, whatever. But that specific one, imagine, this came from my friend Kay, so thank you, Kay. That the whole bush was covered in snow. And then because of the snow melting, everything had fallen, all except this pile of snow that came and formed into a shape of a heart. It was just magnificent. It made my day.
It was absolutely amazing. So Anita, we actually have a pre-recorded message from our guest tonight. So before we bring her on, why don't we take a quick break? And we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Awesome. So what can you tell us about our special guest tonight?
It's a really beautiful moment of how I met this lady. Her name is Aisha Chaudry. And as you know, was it this year? Or it's 2020. Was it this year? When this came out? Was it 2020? Correct.
The end of 2020.
I can't tell the dates anymore because I'm like home all the time. So this book of mine came out called Hearts Do Matter. This is me in the yellow dress when I was a little girl, and this is my mother. And this is a story about, this is a true story about my relationship with my mom and growing up with her and the things that I experienced in life. And then eventually her passing on, and how her love still stayed, even though, life no longer existed with me at this point. Like, how does love exist through everything? And the lady that we're going to be showing you in a moment, Aisha, she was one of the ladies that was approached to doing a review for my book. I didn't know her. She didn't know me. She read the book and it touched her heart in a way that, it hadn't to anyone else. And she had written the review, and I just reached out and gave her one of these books so that she could, just as a way of saying thank you. And we ended up talking virtually. And she said to me that, her mom also passed away, and she was going through that feeling that I was hoping to relieve from people who have experienced loss. And when she had read the book, she told me that was really important for her. She needed to read that. It was very important. And she'd never seen a book that was designed in such a way that could reflect her and her mom, because she is British, but she lives in Berlin, Germany. And she's Indian. I forgot if it's Pakistan or what, but she's got Indian in her system. She's just a really unique individual. And so when I saw that she had read the book and her review was so wonderful, and I went to say thank you, and we just talked and talked and talked. I learned that she was a mindset coach, that she taught about happiness. Well, one thing leads to another, and I had to talk to her and have her come on board and talk to us. And because it's in Berlin right now, it's 3:00 in the morning. So we wanted to do her a solid and have her not be up to do this show, but instead to record, who she is and what she'd like to share in terms of happiness, because I think what the world needs now, besides love, is understanding happiness. So Aisha Chaudry.
And so that there's going to be a pink element hanging next to her, which there's a story behind it. So we'll give you a little bit of we'll tell you what that's about right after she when we end her video. So let me just add her here 1 second.
She's so sweet. Look at her.
She really is.
Hi there. So what can I tell you about me? Well, my name is Aisha Chaudry, but I like to be known as Happy Aisha because generally I'm a happy person. So
hang on a second, Dolly. Try that again because it's blocked. Can't see it. There we go. Try that once again. Yeah. Oh, well, now it was blocked, but now we can see it. Just go ahead and go back to the beginning.
Can you see it now?
And tell you a little bit about me as a guest on the DnA show. So what can I tell you about myself? Well, I am a certified coach and an NLP, neuro-linguistic programming practitioner, and a hypnotherapist practitioner too. I'm a dual British and German citizen, and I live in Berlin. Berlin is open to everyone, by the way. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you do, whatever walk of life you're from. It's a city that's open to everyone. It's multicultural, it's diverse, and that's probably why someone like me who believes in diversity and inclusion loves to live in Berlin. I digress. So, my background, what's important to me is really diversity and inclusion. And I mean that like at all levels of society and also in the workplace. So what I try to do as a mindset and a happiness coach or mindset and positivity coach is to try to help people step forward and shine and move in such a way that they feel comfortable with whatever walk of life they're from. Then, process what's happened, realize the emotions and the impact of everything. And then through the healing process, found happiness and joy again. And by doing that, I realized that lots of people are in a similar position. I mean, loss isn't only about losing someone who passes away. It could be also losing a loved one that you were with and aren't with anymore. So what I do try to do is talk people through that with a sort of a healing process. And with some NLP techniques, I can really help people say, well, look, what emotions have you got that you don't want to have anymore? Get rid of those negative emotions. I can help you do that. We can go through some techniques to do that. And you can do them all by yourself. I can take you to like a secret place in your mind with your eyes closed so that you feel comfortable where you are. And then you can just let go of those things that are stopping you moving forward. And what I also do then is enable people to not just get rid of the negative emotions, but also to help them get emotions and feelings that they want to have, that they used to have, so that they can move forward. So if you're saying, well, I really want to go out there and meet someone, but I don't know how, because I lack confidence, for example, or I've got anxiety, then again, I can help you, take you through some NLP techniques, because that's all about digging into your emotions and figuring out by eliciting them what you're missing and you want more of. So again, I can take you through that so that by the time you've processed that, you've got some, and you're armed with really, I say techniques, but I call it games as well, because you're then in a position where you can do these things at home alone and move forward in life and have these skills for the rest of your life, so that when you're comfortable and ready to go out and meet someone, whether it's a new partner or just to feel more confident, that's something I can help you with. Why do I do what I do? It's pretty simple, really, because although we're human beings and we're pretty simple types of people, we're actually quite complex, and our brains are really complex things. Mine is quite small, but I have a good brain cell. Other people have lots of brain cells, but don't really do much with them. So the idea is, when you're working with someone like me, I can help bring out the resources that you've got tucked away, because you've obviously been happy in the past. You have experienced joy. I say this because I've never met someone that says, I've never had any of those feelings. Usually something's happened in life that's blocking you. In the month of February, the month of love, it could be that people are trying to remind themselves again of what it feels like to feel loved or to be loved, or just be in love, but sometimes you forget. So what I do is I help people find those resources that they've already got and skill up on them so that they're ready to go out there and to shine. And why do I do what I do? Well, it's kind of simple, but when I was at university, it's a funny story. When I was at university, I match made 3 people, 3 sets of people, 3 couples. The first couple survived. They actually got married. Woo! The second couple got an STD, so they actually didn't last very long. And the third couple, they enjoyed going out. It was like fun, but they didn't last either. And then after that, I went to work in the, lots of jobs in the UK and then abroad now in Germany where I live. And one of the places I worked at was a dating site. So I looked and I observed and I learned what's going on in these places and what kind of things it is that people do when they want to show that they're available. And what I realized is a lot of people actually don't show people that they're available when they're looking to meet someone. So what I would advise or suggest is, if you actually want to meet someone, let them know that you're available, them being anybody that you want to know that you're interested in them. And by that, I mean, give them a look. If somebody walks past you and you're just looking down or just talking to somebody, the amount of times I've walked with someone next to me who's single and then just ignores the person ahead of them who's literally looked at them like, please look at me. They're never giving off any signals. So I say, if you're interested and you want people to know you're available, then show them that you're available. And similarly, again, the experience I've had from working on dating sites is, it sounds so simple, but this is really key. If you want to look, look. If you don't want to look, don't look. But don't complain that no one's coming to you if you're not looking, because people can't read your mind. You have to let them know that you're available. So what else can I say about myself? So basically, I'm a connector. I'm a networker, and I like to form teams. I do this globally because obviously living in Germany and being from the UK and feeling like I'm a European citizen, I am a citizen of the world. And one thing I like to do that's really important to me is to help people, professionals or non-professionals, as in if you're not working, doesn't mean that you don't have a dream or a vision or a drive in you, is to step forward and shine. And I say this because as someone who's experienced loss in the past, I really have gotten through that. And my mission is to try and help anyone out there who wants to step forward and be happy in life, not just to be in life, but to live it and live every day as positively as possible. And I really do practice this every day. I wake up in the morning and I make myself smile. Usually I wake up with a song in my head, I'll be honest. It's usually something from like Charlie's Angels, with a happy song, because those sort of chick flick movies put a smile on my face. But what I try to do is think of something I'm happy about and I'm grateful for. And then I generally get my mindset ready for the day ahead. I will have put out the night before the clothes I like to wear. But what I try to do then is to prepare myself so that I've got enough energy. I rest up and sleep well, because I do dream a lot. And then when I start my working day, I try to, treat others as I want to be treated, because you never know what's going on in someone's life. You never know the reason that somebody's unable to talk or doesn't feel like communicating, especially now with the world being so massive with all the people in it, and everybody's got some story behind them. But what's important to me is to really try to help people step forward and shine. And if there was one message that I would like people to know that's related to my purpose, I would say, whether it's your private life or your professional life, you should feel that you are enough. You should feel that you are loved, because you are. You are. Flick the hair and say to yourself every day, I am enough. I'm worth it. Why? Because I know. And if you have a limiting belief that says, no, I'm not, I don't feel sexy, I don't feel great, flip it around and say, I'm feeling really great today. How do I know? Because my shadow is telling me. If you're not feeling great, that's okay. But generally, I say, if you look up outside and you look at the sun, you look at the stars, you look at the sky, there will be some thought or memory you've got that will make you happy. So when it comes to what your purpose is and how you want to move forward in life, just think about the things that you like to do that shift your mindset and put you in a good mood, because you deserve that. You're worthy of that. We all are. I'll give you 3 reasons why my purpose is important to me, which is to help you step out and shine. 1, life is short, but life is also long. It's really long. And when you're in it, it can go on for ages, because we age. But what's important to know is you only live once. We know that. But while you're in life, don't just act as if you're in it. Just if you're feeling particularly down, fair enough. But what's really important to me is my motto, which is just, live life to its fullest. Don't dream your life, live your dream. So the first thing is life. You only live once. The second thing is we all evolve, we all develop, and we all grow. We learn about ourselves. This isn't a bad thing, but it just means we can reshift our mindset. I paused there because I was literally imagining being on a bicycle, shifting gears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, split it up into the decades of your life, if you like. But basically, we all evolve, we all grow, and we all develop. And it's not a bad thing. The person that we were in the past probably is someone that we're happy about. Maybe we have regrets, but the person that we are today will be different to the person from our past, and again, different from the person that we will become in the future. So embrace how you feel when you think about shifting your mindset, whether it's to go out and look for love or whether it's because you want to move forward in your life. Know that you will evolve, you will develop, and you will grow, just like a tree, or just like a little seedling that begins as a seed and then becomes a small root, and then eventually a tree which blossoms with leaves and petals, and sometimes even goes on to cross-pollinate with other trees. But we do this with humans. What's the last message I want to convey to all of you? It's this. First impressions count. They really do. When somebody meets you, people make judgments about you in the first 3 seconds, and on video in the first 7 seconds. So make an impression that counts. You never know, it could be life-changing for someone. I can think of so many occasions where it has been. And secondly, or should I say lastly, energy and spirituality. If you have energy in you, go share it with people, because energy should be shared. Sometimes I hear people saying, I wish I felt a bit more upbeat. I wish I felt a bit more confident or positive. I can help you do that, but it's in you. It is, truly. I believe you. I believe it's in you. So I wish you all out there lots of luck with finding out what it is that you want, whether it's a shift in your mindset and whether it's to look for love. Anyway, if you want to hit me up, connect with me on Linktree. I'm on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. I only put one ad up on there, one video of me dancing in a yellow kayak suit for about 4 seconds because I just was silly. I have a few videos of myself just being silly because I like to be happy. So if you want to connect with me, happyaisha@hotmail.com, or find me on Instagram, Facebook. I've got a Facebook page, Mindset Coach Happy Aisha. And I'd look forward to wishing you all a good afternoon, a good evening, I should say, because for me in Berlin, it's in the middle of the night. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I have pre-recorded this. I wish you lots of love, lots of happiness, and take care. Bye.
3 o'clock in the morning. So I apologize. There was a little audio glitch there for a minute. Hope that you got the gist of her video and her recording, her message, and I think she made me laugh. She made me laugh.
Well, I think, Aisha, when you do see this video, when you wake up, when you see this recording, thank you so much. That was so nice. I loved hearing your voice and hearing, the way that you approached everything. You could tell by your energy that she's, I think the overall, she said first impressions are important. And a lot of us, we suffer that in the beginning when we don't really prepare ourselves. We don't know how we want to act, or maybe a distraction gets us feeling a little off. Many of us suffer insecurities. So we feel that we can't say this and we can't be like this, or like what I just say, like half of my hair looks like it's sleeping and the other half is awake, like all these little things that we have to overcome in order for us to find our energy in a good state of mind. And you can tell by her just sitting and talking. I know that you wanted to talk about the pink that's by the side of her. You want to talk about that?
The pink dresses. She says that she loves ABBA, and that she was invited to actually sing at a museum and in front of a group of 80 people. So she purchased this dress. She just felt amazing and beautiful and fun. And I mean, she talks about even having the Wonder Woman cape, and she made me think of you when she mentioned the Wonder Woman cape, because you're a superhero too. But I just found it really adorable that she had her dresses there with her, because that's who she is. Just having them be a part of, like, although she really didn't talk about it, but just being a part of her, and it just came out. So I thought it was adorable. So I wanted to let our viewers know, in case you're wondering, why are there pink dresses?
Yeah, she is a huge ABBA fan. She loved ABBA. And, I think sometimes I think about behaviors that different people have. They have that special coin they want to keep with them, or certain, good luck things, whether hers is for good luck or not is irrelevant. She just liked to have those colors by her because it makes her happy. And I think about times where, whether it's my daughter or, I know of a friend, my daughter would give me something whenever I travel. She always gave me this little, something that was from her, whether it's a little toy or I remember one time it was a magnet. It's like the letter P. I don't know, but she gave it to me, and I put it in my suitcase. But she wanted me to be with her, and even though it seems so silly, like I didn't have that reaction, but some people might think it's silly. I adored it.
P stood for.
Well, she's so young. She's such a little girl, and she's like, take this with you. And she just grabbed the letter, and I took it and put it in my suitcase. And when I finally got to where I was and I opened it up, I forget for a moment. I'm going through my clothes. There it is. And I think, oh man, I want to put it in my purse. I want to take it with me. I'm listening to something, and I'm looking back at my purse, and there's a little, and it's like, I think things like that just make people feel happy. And I wanted to share before we get to the end of everything. We're trying to attempt to bring our 1 hour show to a half an hour, and so far we have not achieved that. But we're working on it. We're just a little over, but you know what? These things happen, and luckily it's our show, so we could stay on as long as we want. But for now, we wanted to just cover a couple of things in regards to happiness, because Aisha did such a nice job showcasing her happiness, as well as sharing with us some tips and tricks and ways of thinking and perspectives and how to get there. And we do hope that whether it's Berlin, wherever you are, reach out to her and talk to her. This is what's so great, because you can virtually have connections with people all over the world. It doesn't have to be right in your backyard, right in your community. You can talk to anyone everywhere. So she would invite you to go and talk with her and get a little dose of that happiness from her. And she's like my.
I always wanted to go to Berlin. So,
did you?
So now I have an extended friend in Berlin. How's that?
Now you have an extended friend in Berlin. That's right. That's
I always wanted to go, so one day I will. One day.
You will. So we were talking about the fact that happiness is a state of mind. I know you've heard some things that Aisha shared with you, just to kind of support that I know that Dolly knows a thing or two and then some about navigating yourself through some of the hardships in life and what tools you can use to bring yourself to a happier state of mind. So I'll let you share a little bit about what you can provide in terms of what your thoughts of happiness are, what some of the tools you can provide, and then I'll do my part.
Well, you know what? I'll be very brief here. I as I listen to this concept of happiness, right? Many people believe that happiness is that some don't deserve happiness, some get happiness, some are lucky, some whatever. And for me, I believe that happiness is a choice. I believe that many people, unfortunately, stay stuck in a bad situation, a negative situation, a toxic situation, whatever it is, and they struggle to get out. But I believe it's a choice. And I also believe that fear has a role in this, right? So I just want to say that I believe that on the other side of that wall of fear, there's freedom. And with freedom, there's happiness. So I always challenge individuals to try to move forward, to try to stop being afraid, to make that decision, because it all starts with a decision, to actually want to be happy. Because that happened to me. I wanted to be happy. In fact, I wrote a book, How to Manifest Happiness. So I wanted to be happy, and I made the decision. If I had not made the decision, I would not have pursued my happiness. But I needed to look at myself first. So I encourage any of you that are listening to this, if you are afraid, figure out why you're so afraid. But make a decision that you want to be happy from this point forward. You can do it. I know you can, because I did.
Okay. And, if you'd like to know more about how you can do what Dolly did, you can contact Dolly and she will tell you how she can help you.
Absolutely. That's
right. And how can they reach you, Dolly?
You can go to my website. It's rosegoldpublishingllc.com. I do offer one-on-one coaching. I can also send over to you the link so that you can get the book on how to manifest happiness. Is an easy read, but it's really about putting yourself first. It's not hard. Everybody always tells me, you make these look so simple. Well, it's not hard. It's not hard. It starts with the decision. I feel so firmly about that. Thank you so much, Rima. I love you too. And by the way, we have Sonia here who's laughing at us because she says 30 minutes, LOL, yeah, right. Good luck with that. I agree.
That's right. So thank you so much, Dolly, for sharing that. And, I do, I'm an advocate for that. What she does is very important. What she provides to you is very good. And, when it comes down to it, when you're going through the things you're going through that she talks about, writing is very important, and getting that out. Think about when you write a letter, when you type something out, look at what people are doing on Facebook. It's the wrong place to share your feelings. If you have negative feelings or you want to take it out, take your feelings out on people in front of you. Those are the wrong places. Go to a journal. She's got plenty. She'll tell you all about that. If you are interested, how you can get yourself to get your voice to be heard and to actually manifest better feelings through, working through the tough ones. So
you should write me a commercial.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to, because so anyway, so on my end, thanks for asking. This is what I talk about.
I just love you.
in my short little message for you, I don't know, we'll see how short this can go, but we're hearing that happiness is really a state of mind. It's not a destination. Well, we all are hearing things like this. You probably already know this. It's probably already written in your soul, but we get distracted. We get the demands of others, the expectations of others, just the expectations of society causes enough insecurities because you want to be who you want to be. And society says you really can't be like that. And there's all sorts of things we can talk about on a different day. But in the end, what are you hearing from both, Dolly and Aisha is you really need to just forget about all of those things and just be you. And when you hear, when she says, when Dolly says something like, it's not hard, there may be somebody out there right now saying, yeah, right, Dolly, it is freaking hard. And if you do feel that way, then I encourage you to, reach out and talk with me, talk with Dolly. I know what something that I do is I'm an emotional intelligence strategist and trainer. So when we're looking at emotional power, emotions, getting in touch with our emotions, and I don't just mean, oh, this feels nice. It's about working through the tough stuff, working through the challenges that keep you blocked from actually having that freedom that she was talking about. There are walls that we build in our own livelihood of what we want to do in terms of our behaviors. So just think of two things: limitations and conditions. When you have limitations, you heard limiting beliefs from Aisha. When you create limitations like I'll be happy when, I'll never be happy, or if I do this, then I'll be happy. You create these limitations, then you yourself were in full control of sabotaging your opportunity to get to that freedom place in your life where you can achieve and grow past whatever those limitations are. Conditions are like equations that you created for yourself that maybe somebody told you that. Maybe somebody had you feeling like that. Or maybe you just built it because something made you feel that way and a cause effect took place. This happened to me, then that equals this. So I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to always avoid it so that I could feel like this. And those things really need to be looked at with more care, because when you create limitations and you create conditions, you will sabotage your opportunity to really realize that the happiness was never over there. The happiness was way in here, just telling you, get me out. You don't want to be a part of all the other problems that are out there. You just want to be able to be free and share who you are. So that's what I want to leave you with, is just, looking into where's your emotional landscape right now? What's the temperature that you live in every day? That's the way I look at things. We have the temperature of 98.6 degrees or maybe a little 97 degrees. I've been noticing that with myself. But we're always a summer day on the inside. That is the way we are. So we have to bring our state of mind to being in the same way. So if you're interested in learning more about how you can actually do that, if you're living with storms right now, if you're living with an overcast, let's get that temperature to being what it needs to be so your landscape looks really amazing and you can feel happiness from the inside out.
Let's take a quick break, and I want to add something to what you just shared. We'll be right back.
Okay.
So I absolutely love how you articulate your message to our viewers, to our listeners. I mean, you do a fantastic job. And as I'm listening to you, what I kept thinking about is how we all have to accept responsibility for our lives. We have, and I always talk about that decision that we make, right? And I want people, God, it will make me so amazingly happy to see that everyone out there has joy, is content, is satisfied, is fulfilled. And I guess all I kept on thinking about is the responsibility that we must accept. You know what I mean, Anita?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I lead my house this way when it comes to my leadership. Everyone in our home, I don't have many people in my home, but I have my husband and my daughter, but sometimes I feel like there's 10 people in the house just because their energy is like they are very energetic and just full of love. So there's a lot of noise. But when I have my leadership role, that's very important to me that, you know, you have an accountability. Where's your part in this? If there's something that goes wrong, is it always going to be and I'll say this to you, and here we go. I'm going to talk a little bit about when I was, and I said, I may have said this to you, but I'm going to say this to you. I grew up where this concept of accountability it was not sitting well in my family life. So imagine here's where I am in terms of like my age. And then there's people that are younger to me. And then there's people that are older to me. And so when things go wrong, let's say someone younger than me does something wrong to me, I'm asked by my elders to just forgive her, forgive him. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just a kid.
Right.
And then when older people like uncles, aunts, friends, neighbors, teachers, whoever, when they are not nice to me and rude to me or speak poorly to me, I'm supposed to now understand them because they're your elders. You should just respect them. So that left me in a place where I never got to see anyone else take accountability for their mistakes towards me. So what had happened to me as I grew up? I let everybody get away with every freaking thing in the world. And it was always my fault. And I had to work so hard on, no, wait a minute. Let me just stop you right there. Where's your accountability to this? You had an action towards something. So, you know, in those types of things, it was very important to me when we were, you know, growing a family that my daughter understood that, you know, she can be forgiven, but she must always right the wrongs where she's accountable. And so should my husband. And so should I. So when I make a mistake, and I do, I'll say, hey, listen, I snapped at you the other day. I slept late. I know what my reasons were, but there's no excuse. I should not have yelled at you. I apologize. And I have to do that because that shows my kiddo that when she screws up, because she will, she can then come to me at least and offer the chance of apology because she knows what she did was wrong.
Well, Anita, and I, you know what, and you're right on. And I'll tell you this, you know, the problem that I have is that I feel that sometimes, you know, people are just constantly looking for scapegoats.
Oh my, don't get me started. We need a whole other show for that.
Yeah, they're constantly looking for scapegoats. And I just want for all of us to look at, you know what, what's my role? What am I doing? What were my decisions today? What was my attitude when I woke up this morning? Was I, you know, looking to have a productive day, a good day, a day full of integrity, or was I going to be miserable and make everyone else around me miserable as well?
Right. People use their communication in a very poor way in the past, I would say, decade. I've noticed that. I've observed it. Communication is so valuable. And that's why I appreciate you noticing whatever I'm trying to say, that you feel it's articulate. I am always trying to value the words that are coming out of my mouth towards you, towards anybody. I want them to be strong. I want them to be valuable. I want you to remember, so that when you go to bed at night, you can feel good about something that came from me, or I don't want to say it at all. You know, and that's what we talked about. We know this as children. If you can't say something nice, then don't say it at all. And we're not seeing that behavior. We can talk. Look at me. It's almost 9.
Well,
it's
you know what? Yeah, and you know what? So this is funny, Sonia.
We can't do a half an hour show, Dolly. We just can't do it.
You're cracking me up. You go, Sonia. She's like, ha ha, here comes part 2.
I know. It's just
what
our
intentions are. But you know what?
I got a challenge on that one. I got to try next week. Next week we're going to do it.
We're gonna try. Well, you know what? This is the deal. Our beautiful and amazing viewers. We want to be able to bring you value, and we really enjoy the show. And as you can see, Anita and I can talk. I mean, we just talk. We
have things to say, and it's so important, and we care so much about. We don't know if who's watching right now it may affect, but we know that it could affect somebody one day, that whether it's you and you heard this in a meeting or a get together or whatever, we want to get that information out. So yeah, we just kind of chomping at the bit for that information.
It is what it is. But anyway, so tell you what, we love you too, Rima. We love you too. So why don't we do this? We will be back next week, everyone. We really did try to cut it down a little bit, just a little bit.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it. It'll be 30 minutes. We can totally do it. We can do it.
Maybe we just need to chomp it down 5 minutes at a time.
We can do it.
Anywho, everyone, we are genuinely grateful that you have joined us again tonight. We sincerely appreciate your time. We sincerely appreciate the engagement that we have been having with the show. And we ask you to please, share the show. If you enjoy it, if you like it, send it out. What Rima's asking why, no need. There's reasons. I'll talk with you offline. I'll talk with you offline. But anywho, you ladies, Anita and all the ladies and all the gentlemen out there that have the opportunity to see us, we are genuinely grateful. And if there's any specific topics that you want us to talk about, please do not hesitate to reach out. In the meantime, you have yourself a beautiful and amazing evening. Anita Myers Powers, as always, I adore you, girlfriend, and you have a beautiful and amazing night. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.